Greetings, members one and all of the Salivation Nation. Sports, and this particular sport, football, which has essentially replaced baseball as America's pastime now, is centered around precious metals, especially the championship game known as the Super Bowl, because we have the San Francisco 49ers, who were mining for gold, are now mining for silver. That's right. We're talking about 7 pounds of silver in the form of this trophy that you see before you, the Vince Lombardi Super Bowl trophy. Let's explore! This comes to us from Kitco, and I think it's quite fascinating, sort of the parallels here. But before I begin this, I have actually posted some videos in the past about this trophy and about the construction of it and how it is made of sterling silver by Tiffany's. But this kind of brings it to a special occasion, considering that one of the teams playing in the Super Bowl is named after those who sought a better life from mining gold in California. So modern-day 49ers are mining for silver in the Super Bowl. And this is Kitco from Alan Sikora. These 49ers are headed east in search of silver rather than west mining for gold. We're referring to the San Francisco 49ers, who will be playing in the Super Bowl on the opposite side of the country Sunday when they take on the Kansas City Chiefs in Miami. The winning team will get a trophy that has nearly 7 pounds of sterling silver. By contrast, the original 49ers were the hardy pioneers who headed west in search of gold in 1849. The year after the precious metal was found by James W. Marshall of Sutter's Mill in California. The website History.com reports that some 750,000 pounds of gold worth an estimated $2 billion were mined during the California gold rush. The precious metal haul in the Super Bowl will be far less, but then the real prize is the bragging rights, of course, according to the Pro Football Hall of Fame website. The Vince Lombardi Trophy awarded to the winner is 20.75 inches tall and weighs 107.3 ounces, or just shy of 7 pounds. When converting the troy ounces and multiplying by the Friday morning price of spot silver, that means the trophy has approximately $1,750 worth of silver, so far less than the 750,000 pounds of gold worth an estimated $2 billion. However, I will say that the bragging rights of winning that trophy for any given team, divided by their salaries and all of the money that's been collected, is probably pretty close to $2 billion when you think about everything revolving around the game, that particular game, all the advertising and all of the salaries throughout the season. When you add it all up, it very well could amount to the likes of a gold rush. There are numerous news reports put the actual value of the trophy, when factoring the craftsmanship and other costs, at around $50,000. The Hall of Fame website describes the trophy as a regulation-sized football mounted on a kicking position on a pyramid-like stand of 3 concave sides. The Vince Lombardi Trophy is made by Tiffany & Company, the only company contracted by then NFL Commissioner Pete Rozelle back in 1967, when he wanted the prize to be top-notch. The chief designer was Oscar Riedner, who was originally from Switzerland and knew nothing about American football. He bought a football, set it on his kitchen table, and stared at it while eating a bowl of cereal. Upon finishing his cornflakes, he took a pair of scissors, started cutting the empty box, and transformed it into a trophy base atop which the football could sit. The Hall of Fame website says, over lunch a couple of days later, Rozelle and the delegation from Tiffany's, Riedner drew a sketch of his design on a cocktail napkin. Rizzo liked the idea, and this design has been the Vince Lombardi Trophy ever since. By the way, History.com describes the California Gold Rush as one of the most significant events to shape American history during the first half of the 19th century. Thousands of 49ers with gold fever, many leaving their families behind, headed to the area around San Francisco. By the end of 1849, the non-Native American population of the California Territory was put at around 100,000 compared to some 800 in March 1848. Further, by the end of 1849, California applied to enter the Union as a state, and by 1850 it had become a state, and it also solidified the America as a continental nation. If the football 49ers win the Super Bowl on Sunday, they will make history as well. They will tie the Pittsburgh Steelers and New England Patriots for the most Super Bowl wins ever, 6. In fact, the 49ers have already made some history as offensive assistant Katie Sowers is about to become the first woman to coach in a Super Bowl. There's one more little tidbit. Hall of Fame quarterback Joe Montana played for both teams, winning 4 Super Bowl rings with the 49ers, but ending his career with the Chiefs. He made a prediction. "You heard from me first," Montana jokingly tweeted. "I guarantee my team will win the Super Bowl. And in doing so, his team will have mined some silver." And of course, he played for both teams, so he's making a little joke there. But it is fascinating to see how precious metals has inserted itself into the wide world of sports, in this case with football, which has become sort of the favorite sport of Americans these days, and how silver plays an integral role, silver and gold, and from both ends, and it's kind of fitting, pretty interesting indeed. So there you have it. Fascinating indeed. Post your thoughts below about this particular story here. The 49ers. Who are you rooting for to win the Super Bowl? I've got no money on any team. I can guarantee you one of the two teams will win, and whoever scores the most points will most assuredly win the game. I can pretty much bet on. But I'm kind of rooting for the underdogs, the Chiefs. We'll see what happens. Post your thoughts below. As a reminder, I'm posting videos every single day. So if you don't get a notification and notifications aren't working, or if you've been kicked off the subscription list, that has been known to happen, I'm receiving more and more complaints about that, please resubscribe. It's not me doing it. It's a YouTube bug. Something's going on there. But regardless, you can always come back to the YouTube channel page and see the videos there. And if you're interested, I try to switch things up, talk about different things on the channel with regards to precious metals. So there you have it. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for watching and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and touchdown! As an addendum, I thought this was pretty interesting, doing a little bit of research more about the Vince Lombardi Trophy here. Apparently this pawn shop in Crystal City sold a pair of Super Bowl rings and trophies for a Super Bowl party. And this is very interesting. Eric Reiser, the owner of Royal Pawn of 507 23rd Street South, says a former Denver Broncos player, he wouldn't say who, has parted with 2 Super Bowl rings and trophies which date back to the team's championship in 1997 and 98. These trophies are replicas made by Tiffany & Company, and they're about 75% of the size of the real trophy, of which only one is made for each Super Bowl winning team. Starting players are eligible to buy the replicas after winning the big game. So that's pretty interesting. That's pretty neat that you can buy a 3/4 size replica. It has been verified the authenticity for each of the Tiffany via engraved serial number. While the sterling silver trophies are more rare than the Super Bowl rings, the rings come with a higher price tag thanks to what they're made of, 14-karat gold, and a combination of white and canary yellow diamonds. The trophies are on sale for $10,000 each, while the single horse ring is $25,000 and the double horse ring is $30,000, Roger said. He said interest in NFL's highest prizes has been high, with kids frequently stopping by to gawk at the trophies and rings, which the store allows. Ryder says he even brought one of the trophies to a nearby Crystal City sports pub for its Super Bowl viewing party last month, attracting lots of attention. He did not reveal the name of the seller. He did say that it was a Pro Bowl caliber player who, despite playing for the Broncos, currently lives in the District of Columbia area. Royal Pawn opened in 2017, so here you can see images here of the pieces from the Instagram profile here, that they were sold. You're seeing that directly here, folks. This is one of the most rare sets available anywhere. Pictured are Denver Broncos Super Bowl players' rings and trophies from both 1998 and 1999 Super Bowls. Pieces are guaranteed 100% authentic and are from a starting player who was retired in Denver's Ring of Honor. Very cool. Now, if you were interested in getting a replica of the Super Bowl, be careful. This website, trophyworldonline.com, says they are selling full-size replicas. Let's see here. And they are $435. They serve best quality replica trophies made up of brass and silver coated. But then down here it says that the Super Bowl trophy replica is totally made up of sterling silver. It represents a regulation size Super Bowl football with the position of it kicking, and it gives the dimensions of the actual full size. So it says here that it's totally made up of sterling silver, but then it says up here that it is made up of brass and silver coated. So it's totally silver plated. Just be careful looking at the description of these types of things if you go shopping around for a replica, because you don't want to pay $400 for something that's promised to be silver, but conflicting descriptions here. And of course, this website's a little kind of suspect when none of their images are showing up for any of their products anywhere. Well, here we do see something here, but if you go down here to the Super Bowl trophy replica site, oh, there it is. It's showing up here. Super Bowl trophy replica is totally made up of sterling silver, but it doesn't show it as silver. Here it says the quality disclaimers here. So very interesting indeed. So there you have it. Just a little addendum there for you. Enjoy the game.